Hey friends, how is everybody doing tonight? I had to forego the fancy production because it was being really weird on my end. So just to avoid any technical difficulties, here we are. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm Stopher Cavins, psychic medium. As always, that has not changed. And yeah, everything's lagging like super hard on my end. So let me know if you can see me and hear me. If there's any glitches or any kind of lagging, then I might have to leave and come back. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. Well, I have a few people already waiting. So I just want to say hi to everybody. Hi, Ness. Hi, Liz, Nivra, Shannon Hutchinson, BJ Helder. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. You see and hear me? Good. That's a good start. All right. So it's been, I want to thank everybody for all the well wishes. I was starting to get sick last week and had just a cold. Luckily, it was not COVID. And I still have like the remnants of a cough. It's pretty annoying, but I'm good. I did discover, because some of you had given me like some remedies, some like hot toddy, the lemon and the apple cider vinegar and the whiskey, which I love. And then I kind of made my own twist. So I actually have some tonight in my cup. Just a bag of tea bag. I don't even know what kind of tea it is. And then some lime. And then I grated some fresh ginger and turmeric. So good. So good. What are your, when you guys are feeling under the weather, what are your little remedies or things you like to sip on? Yes, I am a Vikings fan. A little bit of a rough road, but yeah. So, so I went to, even though I was sick, my husband drags me out. He's he's a lot more active than I am. He drags me out to these, we love music and festivals and that and whatnot. So it's called the Beach Life Ranch. It's a 3-day country music festival here on the beach in Redondo Beach. So we went. It was our first time going to it. Saturday night, we just caught one performer, which was Winona Judd. I am not a Winona Judd fan per se, but wow, so good. If you even care a little bit about the Judds or Winona Judd, and you have the opportunity to see her live, it's so good. I was emotional, like literally the whole time I was watching her sing, because her mother died a few years ago, and of course she was talking about Mama when Mama left, and you can just feel it in her presence and her performance. I mean, just the amount of joy. She was just so grateful to be there. I'm getting chills now just thinking about it. So good. The next night was we went to see Midland, who was pretty good, and then on the other stage it closed out with Brad Paisley. Once again, not a super Brad Paisley fan, but he put on a really good show too. So it was a good time. Next is called, I think it's next weekend. We're going to, it's in the desert in the Coachella Valley. It's called Power Trip. So that's going to be 3 days of like old school rock bands. I think there's going to be Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Tool. I'm not really big of a Tool fan, but yeah, it's always something. It's always something. All right, so tequila, slice of, there you go. That will cure a lot of ills. Ginger mint tea with a teaspoon of local honey. Has anybody tried Manuka honey? I love it. It's super expensive, but it's got a lot of great antibacterial qualities and whatnot. All right, cool. So people are starting to drop out. They're tired of waiting for us to get started. So I'm going to bring, I believe it's Marne. Marnie's going to come on, and I'll try to also dip into the comments to answer some of your questions that you have. Manuka honey is cheaper at Trader Joe's. Yes, I think I've tried it. It's so good. So good. Some of it, like online, if you get like the kind that's got like the highest concentration or whatever, I mean, like hundreds of dollars for a little bottle. It's crazy. All right, let's do it. You ready, Marnie?
Hi.
Ooh, and the puppy too.
Two.
Oh my gosh, did I just lose power? Are you there? Okay. My computer's doing a really weird thing, so no signal. Let me check a cord. I think I've got a cord that's...
You're okay. It's all right.
Bear with me.
No.
The culprit?
No. No. Stay here. You're fine.
All right. I think that, okay, yeah, because all my screens went black. I could still hear you. So I think a cord was not plugged in. Anyway, how are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you. On the mend. All right.
That
How
Manuka
can I
honey is
help you
great.
today? Oh, it's
I
so
just
good. I just
wondered,
discovered it a few years ago.
um, I was wondering if you might be able to bring in a message from my dad,
All right. Could I have Dad's name?
Peter.
All right. Let's check it out. Let's see who's around you. Do you have permission to connect with you and your loved ones in spirit?
Absolutely.
All right. Perfect. Give me just a moment.
You're being a good boy now. No, it's okay. Sorry, I should have
That's
locked
all
him up
good.
before. No barking. Okay. Willie, you're okay. No, pick up. Okay. No.
Okay. I know I just recently got over like a thing that was affecting my throat, but I feel
Mm.
like I'm being drawn to a situation that would affect my throat or affect my ability to fully um, talk or communicate. Do you understand that for Dad?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So he's acknowledging with this, and I think that also made it kind of difficult when we talk about the goodbye, because he's also like kind of giving me the symbol for we had some kind of either I don't want to say an interesting goodbye, but I feel like there was a chance to say goodbye, but it was a little non-traditional is kind of what I'm getting. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. He's writing something down. Was there a letter that was involved? Do you know? Let me
Um.
ask you this. Let me tell you what he's showing me. So it's almost like we found something that he wrote or that kind of almost served as his own, like a goodbye, or it may not have been meant for that, but it's almost like we found something after his passing that he wrote or was some kind of like, I don't know, almost like would serve as his own eulogy or something. It's kind of weird what he's showing me. Do you
Oh.
understand that?
No.
Okay. He wants to acknowledge something that was written. I feel like it was him that wrote it, but it could be something written for him, but he's shown me writing. He makes me feel like I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wrote something for him or did like a eulogy, he
Yeah.
wants to acknowledge that. And I feel like it was a male that did it. Do you understand that?
Maybe.
Okay. So he wants to acknowledge that person, male, female, whatever, but I feel like he has shown me that a male was involved in writing it. Was he kind of, this is interesting because as I was kind of getting into his energy, I heard the word relax, and I also felt this kind of presence of relax, it's going to be okay. Was he a person that would have been the one to kind of be the calmer, the
Yeah.
fixer in the family?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's showing me. And I want you to know that energy is still around you. So when you kind of embody that energy, that's him really kind of working through you. That's something he's passed on energetically through you. So he's still working. Okay. But he definitely gives me that feeling of, all right, guys, let's get it together. Here's the game plan. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. He was kind of the, the
Yeah.
coach to bring the family together. You know how some people call their wives like I'm from the Midwest, and we say like I think my grandparents would call each other like mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm hearing is like mama, but I feel like this is not necessarily his mother that he's referencing. Do you know if he would have called his significant other something like that?
Well, in the last part here, he would have referred to her as grandma when all the kids and everybody was
Okay,
out, the family. Yeah.
got it. Is she still, was she
Yeah.
left behind by him? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So he's just acknowledging,
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like he's acknowledging they were still together, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Because it feels to me like I'm waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just know that he's gonna, I think she's got plenty of time. I'm not getting any information
Yeah.
about that, but he's just acknowledging that he's there, and it's like, when we're reconnected. And I'm hearing like more like mama, grandmama, whatever the case is. Was he also a football fan? Because he's showing me a jersey.
Yeah, he did like
Oh,
football.
okay. Do you know if his team would have been like, because what I'm seeing is green. So I'm not sure if you know what his team was.
Um,
Um, but I feel like so green would be like for me, like Packers or Jets. Do you know?
um, it would have been probably if it was American football, Seattle.
Okay. They do have
Um,
green, but that's not the green I'm
yeah.
seeing.
And then
Um,
hockey, I know the Canucks do have some green in their jerseys now.
Got it. He's showing me a jersey. I'll leave this with you. And
Okay.
I don't know that he had a jersey, but this is his
Right.
way of showing me that he would have connected with sports. He's making
Mm,
that connection with me because I'm wearing a jersey. But it has green on it, so I'll just leave that
okay.
with you.
Sure.
So he's acknowledging his love for sports.
Yeah.
Um, wait, hold on. What is it? Oh, that was that. Do you know his connection with the month of May?
That was his birthday
Okay, got it. He's also
and
making this.
anniversary too.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's connecting May, and I know Father's Day is in June or July, right?
Yeah.
I should know this. Huh? What month is it in? Is it in
I think it's in June.
June? Yeah. So he's making this connection. So it's almost like he's connecting that they either would have been celebrated together, or there was something like where we would have maybe had one. He's just making a connection between something important for him in May and then also Father's Day.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's just because they were, a month apart, but he's acknowledging May.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. May was his birthday and also his anniversary date.
Okay, got it. He just wants to highlight that. You have a brother?
Nope.
Okay. Here's what I'm hearing
Brother-in-law.
about. Okay. What I'm hearing is brother, and then there's something about passing something down. Do you know? Okay, so him and your sister are married, correct? That's how that works.
Yeah. He had brothers too.
Okay. You have a sister?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like what he's showing me is like, because I'm hearing passed down. So I feel like there was his name reused.
One of my nephews named the middle name of his son,
Okay.
Peter. Yeah.
He wants to acknowledge this. So I feel, and for some reason I'm hearing brother, but I'm getting like a passed down kind of feeling. So
Mhm.
he's acknowledging the connection with that child, and also the name being passed down. So there's a lot of like appreciation of pride kind of around that. And I feel like it's not just with him. I feel like the family is quite proud of that as
Yeah.
well. Do you understand
Yeah.
that?
Hmm.
Okay, got it. Um,
Would he have any advice? He used to give me lots of good advice, but I have a new job and I've moved to a new place and I'm renting a place that isn't
yeah.
what I thought it would be.
Hmm.
I'm just curious.
The first thing that's coming through is, and I feel like it's coming through in a way of remember what I taught you. And it's specifically about like getting things in writing.
Hmm.
And contracts. Do you understand having those conversations? Was he very much a person like get it in writing? It's not real if
Yeah.
it's not in writing. So that kind of energy is coming through with your dad. So he's definitely kind of pushing you of a lot of these. It's almost like he's giving me the feeling of a lot of these things can be kind of understood better or navigated better if we have a better sense of what the contract or understanding of it is. So there's something there that I'll let you kind of fill into. But that definitely comes in first. I do feel like
I had to sign a year lease on the place I'm renting.
Yeah. Have you moved several? He's given me the sense that you've moved several times in the past few years. And I think, I
Yes.
feel like quite a few times.
Yes.
Like 5 times?
No.
It feels like a lot.
Quite a few years. It might be that many.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's almost like he's bringing this forward of like you've moved enough. And even though I feel like what he's saying is, well, you know, and it sounds like this apartment or this situation is not exactly what you thought it was, but he's showing me that being in one place is kind of what you need right now. So I feel like perhaps he's showing me that there's ways that we can make the situation better, but overall, you're kind of where you're at for a reason. So it's like, make the lemons out of the lemonade, girl.
Yeah.
It's kind of, there's some tough love. I feel that like kind of tough love, and it's kind of hard for me to say because I don't want to be like, but it's coming from his energy. It's just like, pull it together. You're in the right place. Make sure that before you sign things, you know, just really get a good understanding, lay of the land, and chalk it up as I feel like it's kind of like chalk it up as a lesson. You'll be fine. But I feel like what he's showing me is that you being in one place right now and kind of having that stability is going to allow you to be strong and give your energy to other areas of your life. I don't know that he's showing me the job is not quite connecting. So I don't know that this is the end all be all of jobs. I almost feel like you're in the wrong field is what he's showing me. Do you understand that? Do you understand why he would come through with this energy?
I'm not sure.
It's like he sees more for you.
Right.
It's like this is settling a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Is kind of what he's showing me. So I think he's going to continue. So he's going to continue to work with you, and just know that anything he's ever like kind of instilled in you, that energy is just going to, you know, use it, tap into it. It's there for you. But I think specifically with the job, there's more. There's more. So don't sell yourself short, is what he's saying.
Okay.
All right, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Lots of love, and I feel like that tough love, but it's beautiful. So he's still there with that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marnie. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was awesome. Thank you all for being here. If you could hit the like button, because what I understand is that's how it works with the YouTube is algorithms and whatnot. So the more you comment and hit the like button and shower me with praises, I think it does better. So, all right, Nivra, you ready, Nivra? Yes.
Yes.
What's up, my dear?
Hi. It's easy to shower you with praises.
How are you? Long time no see. Ooh,
I'm good.
bring them.
I'm
Bring them
good.
on. Get your arm on. I don't know what that means, Sharon Side, but thank you for being here. Good to see you. Oh, I love the color. It's like an emerald.
It's a dark green, yes.
I love it. What can I help you with?
Well, I've got this training class coming up, and it's quite expensive, but the trip to Guatemala to do either level 1 or level 2 in Antigua feels rather transformational and potentially lucrative to learn to teach it. So I'm wondering, number one, the lady that has the nonprofit that wants me to do it feels a connection that we've met each other before in another time. And she keeps telling me it's meant to be. And every time she says that, we both get chills. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to come up with the money, number one, even with the discounts that she's giving me to do the trip. And is this going to be as lucrative and transformational as I'm real drawn to the Guatemala training because there's one here before that. But I just want to see if this is because every time she would say something, we'd get chills. So I find it interesting, but it's rather expensive.
Sorry about the dog. Yeah, so immediately what comes up is, and I forget, I was on with, you know who Jeffrey Peck is?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was on with him a few months ago, and we were just kind of telling stories about how, there's no coincidences, and spirit makes a way. And he was telling a really cool story. And I think I've heard him tell it on some other lives, but it was basically about something like that when he was getting started with like kind of his spiritual exploration and how things just fell into place. And there was something, I think Hawaii, that he wanted to go to. And basically money was a problem, and spirit made a way. And I think it was like gifted, or there was, and it just, so the point is, I really feel, because I was shown that story as you were talking, that specific story that Jeffrey Peck was telling about, and it's very similar. There's a lot of similarities. So what Spirit's telling me, what your energies are telling me, is it's going to be taken care of. The
Okay, so
financial
it is
aspect
the
of it.
right path. Okay, and it's Mayan country, and I do feel like I've had a Mayan past life, a significant one.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
don't be surprised. Sorry to interrupt. I think we're on a lag. Sorry. Don't be surprised if somehow there's a gift that comes forward, or somehow a chunk of money comes forward that allows you to pay for this. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about the finance part of it.
okay, so
And then when we
okay,
talk about what this training will provide, the first thing is, I do feel what they're showing me is it's going to fill you in the way of spirituality and kind of make you feel complete, if that makes a sense.
okay,
And then if we're talking about financial rewards, I think that's a bit more of a slow burn, because they're showing me that kind of push down. But the first thing
okay.
is, it's going to feel really successful in the way that it just lights you up. It just like sets you on fire, in the best of ways. So go for it. But Spirit's going to make a way. You're going to have a story to tell about how this all came together. I know you are.
That's wonderful. And it's breath work, and there's a lot of science, like 30 years of science behind it, of working with PTSD and dementia and all kinds of other things that they've been able to show a lot of different types of healing just from this specific type of breath work. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about, it'll be a new way to go as a healer, and I'll be able to teach. And if I do the level 2, I should be able to train people to teach. So it's a whole new thing. And so that part's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel the excitement. I feel your excitement, and I feel just the energy around it. Like I say, I have no doubts, based on what I'm feeling, that the universe is going to make a way for it. Now, the level 2 and the part where you're teaching, or you're kind of, I think that's a little bit down the road, but I see that's there for you as well. But the first thing is, whatever you're going to be like learning from this and kind of taking into your own person
In Guatemala.
and spirit, is going to be, just like I say, it's going to light you on fire. It's going to kind of change your life in a little bit of a way, positively. So watch out for that.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, energy vortexes and volcanoes and Mayan villages, that sets me on fire right there.
Yes, ma'am.
I've
Love
never
it.
been out of the country other than Mexico back in the 80s, when you could walk across the border.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
We still been in
exciting.
California, but yeah. Well, you'll have a story to tell, and you'll have to come on my channel and tell it.
I will, and I'll let you know how the belly dancing classes are going too. I've already had 4. I haven't killed myself yet. So. Well, they're getting us in performance mode. So she's wanting to put on a show, and it'll take a Xanax to get me on a stage to do belly dancing at this stage.
Girl, belly dancing and Xanax. There's a book title for you.
It sounds like a broken hip to me, but I don't know.
That's the second volume. All right, my dear. Well, all the best to you. Come back and let us know how all this goes.
I certainly will. Thank you so much, Stopher.
Thank you, Nivra. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. I'm going to have to close my door. Bye. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to close my door. All right. All right. Thank you all for being here. If you could hit that like button, because it does all the good algorithm stuff, and I'll quit kicking my camera. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it. And then also, I'm still trying to get the TikTok up. I'm like at this is a slow project, but if I'd put some content on there, I'm sure it'd go faster. But I'm up at like 160 followers. So if you have a TikTok, please follow me on TikTok at Psychic Stopher. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers so that I can go live and also do weekly free readings over there as well on the TikTok. And to all the mods, thank you very much for putting in all the links and directing everybody where to go. All right, so I'm going to do some, since nobody's waiting to come on, I'm going to do some questions in the comments. Let's do this. Thank you for the question, Elle. Let me know if you're still here. What's going on? There we go. Hello, Robert wants to rekindle our relationship. Should we try again, or should we each wait for someone better for us? I got a few things coming in. Let me just, I know there's more. All right, I'm here. Okay, so I don't tell people what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what I get around this energy. Robert seems like a good guy, but he's got some things going on. I feel like the motivation here for him wanting to rekindle is like him. I feel like he would be coming to the relationship with not so full of a cup, if you know what I mean. I feel like his cup is a bit empty right now, and I feel like that's kind of what's motivating him to want to rekindle at this time. It's almost like, if you can understand the timing of it, is just a little bit weird, or it's almost like, well, where were you? Where was this 5 months ago, or whatever? It just seems to me that there's something kind of missing in his energy or low in his energy at the moment. So with that, it might be a challenge. I could see this down the road, but at the moment, I feel like you guys aren't quite lined up because he's got some low vibration energy to no fault of his own. It just feels like it's a cycle. So just kind of look into that. Maybe it's a conversation to have, and then kind of just set that on a simmer or friend zone it, whatever that looks like for you. So I'm getting that you totally understand. Good. At this moment, it would be, I don't want to say waste of your time because people aren't a waste of our time, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know that the payoff would be what you want it to be. So there might be someone else, or down the road might be worth waiting to kind of see about rekindling with Mr. Rob. All right, Wiki, thank you for the question, Elle. Thank you for being here. Wiki, I love your picture. You're so cute. Can my guides tell me if I've correctly identified the source of my childhood anger issues? Okay. Here's what I'm getting. So I don't know if this is, they're showing me a lot of female energy. So a lot of the issues, and it doesn't feel just like anger. It feels like there's also some confusion. So where things have happened that may make you angry, there's also some not understanding why, or all the questions around it, why, how, when. So there's also some confusion. So there might be something there to revisit with how things happened or why things happened. There's just something that we need to tie up a little bit to fully understand it. I think that can help with alleviating some of the anger as well. I do sense some anger. I feel females attached to it is what I'm getting. There may be males, but I feel a lot of female energy attached to it, if you can understand that. Are you still here, Wiki? You just asked that, so I assume you are. So I want to say yes. The short answer is yes. And let me know if that makes sense to you, but that's kind of what I'm getting. And here's another thing. Can you understand this? Because they're showing me a situation. You think it was your sister. That does make sense. Also, there's another person involved, unless your sister's in spirit, because here's what they're showing me. They're showing me a situation I have with somebody that caused a lot of childhood trauma. That person is in spirit, and I had to kind of fully deal with that situation and understand it and deal with the anger and all that came with it. I had to kind of work with them in spirit form. As much as that was hard because they were a perpetrator for me, I kind of had to work with them on a spiritual level while they were, because they're in spirit now. So they're showing me that too. So there might also be somebody connected to this that is in spirit, and you might have to kind of be a little vulnerable with that spiritual energy. So I hope that kind of keeps you on the right track or takes you down the right path. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see. What else? All right, Ness, rapid fire. Let's see if I can read it. Do you see me finishing the 2 chapters, Letter to H and Easter Eve of my writing project before my final PTSD treatment in 2 weeks? I get a no. So I get a quick no. Let me see why. I get an interruption. So I feel like here's what they're showing me. They're showing me like it's cocked and ready to, like cocked and loaded or whatever. Like it's in the chamber. It's ready to go. I feel like you're inspired. It's coming out. It's like pretty intense. Okay, so I think you're ready to write these chapters, and I think it's like any hurdles that you've had in the past, you've overcome them, and it's ready to come out. There's an interruption that may happen. You can always circumnavigate that and then get those chapters out, but I feel like you're going to have to do that if you want to get them done before the treatment and then in 2 weeks. So it's going to be flowing, and then there's going to be before that treatment. I feel like there is an interruption. So just be open and flexible, and I think you'll be fine. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. I'm confident, but I do feel like you've kind of processed it and you're ready to go with it. It's just some kind of like outside factor. So I hope that helps. Keep going. And anybody who wants to come on for a mediumship or a psychic reading, you can just scroll to the very top, and there's a link that will bring you onto the live. All right. Leah, just real quick, and I normally don't, go into the comments for the mediumship, but I am immediately, when I read that, I'm bringing in a younger male. So this is like a brotherly type of figure. Could be a friend, but I'm seeing like same level. So this would be brother, really close friend, like brother from another mother. Could be a cousin. And I feel like there was an accident, cut their life short because they're young. They're not like a kid, but I feel like they're a young adult. And they're showing me books. So they would have either been in school, in college, or been somebody that was like known, like bookworm. But coming forward with just a lot of like brotherly energy with you. They're also showing me this is 2 wheels. So this is either a bicycle or a motorbike. I feel like there would have been an accident, or this is something that they would have been known for, the motorcycle. Why do I keep saying motorbike? Yeah, so that's the only energy that like I kind of like jumped forward when I read your comment, your question. So this younger male that feels to me like a brotherly type of energy. All right, scroll to the top. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Anything new going on for everybody? And for anybody that is planning or wanting to develop their own intuition, or maybe you are a medium, psychic medium, you want to kind of take it a little further, I do have some workshops coming up. I had planned it for October, but I think I'm going to push it back because I haven't got it on my website yet. I'm going to push it back into November. So I've got 2 workshops. They're going to be like 3-hour events, just like one night, 3-hour events coming in November. So watch out for those. I'll put them in the community tab when they are live on my website. Should be probably in the next couple of days. I forget what they are. One has to do with delivery, because I'm big on like when you're doing mediumship, delivery is important. It's not always a big part of it is, what's coming in from spirit, and then also just kind of sifting through that and then delivering, being ethical and not doing any harm and that type of thing. The other one is going to be about getting like deeper information, how to do that, how to develop that. And these are workshops. So it's going to involve like, we're going to be doing exercises that involves us to actually, sift through this and work through it. All right, Lee, are you ready? Come on. Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm excellent. I can't see you.
I know I can't. I can see you, but I don't know why I'm not on.
Maybe you're
Do I
got the
have to
wrong
click
camera.
something?
Well, you might have the wrong camera on. Sometimes when I come on to StreamYard, it goes to like my webcam on my laptop,
Okay. How do I
and then
get
I can
on?
change it to my external webcam, the better one. So maybe it's done something like that. So you can go into settings at the bottom and open that up and see if you can change the video. If not, we can just roll. Hey, Catherine LaFleur, nice to see you. How are you doing? And if not, we can just roll. While you're doing that, I'm going to open my door again because the fan was keeping me cool. I think my dog is chilled out. All right, M. Ship Clark would love to take one. Yeah. So yeah, just watch out for those. I'll be putting it if you are subscribed to me here on YouTube. I'll be putting it in the community tab, so you should see that come through, and then I will also have it on my website. I just got to get around to it. Are you there, Lee? Okay, Leah says not a relative, but a crush when I was 10. Okay. Do you understand the Leah? Leah, no. Do you understand the two wheels? Would this person have had an accident on a bicycle? Do you know? Lee?
Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. You can't get the video on. We can
Never
hear
mind.
you. Just fine.
I give up.
All good. I've read for you before, yeah?
Yep. You've done me about 3 times now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We just talked last weekend about the dog.
I remember. Oh yeah, that was how beautiful. So it was a pet energy reading, right? With your
Yes.
puppy.
Yep. Yep. So
How's he doing?
he's doing really good. So
Nice.
the things you said explained a few things. So I was excited about that.
Yeah, he was wonderful to communicate with. How's his did we do the dental thing?
Not yet. I'm waiting to see if I get laid off tomorrow because I need to find
Uh-oh.
time to get to an appointment. But
Got it.
so I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully soon. So
Understandable.
so tonight's question, I
Yeah.
keep forgetting to ask you, is do the guides or anything like that see me, or can you tell me why? Have I already met my soulmate? I just don't see it yet, so maybe I passed him by or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Let me fill into that. First I have to explain, when we say soulmate, I'm like big on like linguistics and words, because for me, when I hear soulmate or the twin flame, I don't really see that. It doesn't really mean anything to me. I understand that people think of like, oh, I have a person that's, for me, or that one, whatever it is. So I guess my point is it means something for different people. So for me, when I feel into that energy, we're all connected. We are all one soul. We all share a soul in a way. So there are many
So
people out there for you. There are
okay,
many people that you can connect with. I will say this so when we're looking at this like soulmate, we're looking at soul level. We're also looking at human level, because sometimes we can connect on a soul level, but our human level is all screwed up because we are two different people here in this lifetime, and we are not jiving, and we got other in timing, and all that human stuff can get in the way. So I feel like on a human level, you have not met your person that totally like links up and vibes and timing is right and all that. So there's still, I feel like, plenty of people kind of in your orbit or that will be brought to you soon because it doesn't feel like they're too far away. It's kind of what I'm getting, that energy, that are on a human level very much lined up with where you are, and can, there can be like a good like yin yang where you help each other, and it kind of just fits. On a soul level, like I say, we're all connected, and I feel like we all have the ability to, if we can be vulnerable, have that soul connection and have that soulmate. That's just my own personal belief.
Right, right. Yeah, I just all my boyfriends are just idiots, and I'm wondering if it's just me. I need to think different. So
It really could be, and that's, you get to decide that if you need to think different. But it's just wrapping your head around what it is, and I think sometimes we think about that soulmate, and then we kind of forget the human aspect of it, because we're here doing human stuff. So it's got to be right on that level too. You got to have somebody that's going to do all the right human stuff, that's going to take care of you mentally, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff. So just seems to me like your timelines on this are maybe a little bit later down the road, whereas for me, like, I think I met that person, for me, what would be my husband, so 8, 9, 10 years ago.
wow, you've been married that long?
Yeah, we just celebrated 8 years.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
It's been, it's just all kind of clicked, so that we have that soul connection because we're both vulnerable with each other. We have that human, and it wasn't perfect at first, but we were both kind of, shortly after meeting, available for each other, and it just kind of all lined up. So it's coming for you. I don't feel like it's too far away.
Okay, I was just wondering. I keep forgetting to ask you. So, okay, well, I appreciate your time again.
You are always welcome, Lee. Just stay open, keep your mind open.
Okay.
As much as we want that person, if they're not the right person, then you deserve to have that person that really lines up with you.
Right. Okay, well, thanks for your time. You have a great night.
You too. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. Ask Me Third Eye, you do not have to come on the live to ask a question. It is a surefire way to get your question answered, because I just think it's more, for me, it's easier to read that way, especially when we're talking about mediumship. And then I just think it's more of a fun experience for everybody. What do you guys think? You guys like it when people come on? Thank you, Liz. All right, I'm just going to go through here. So if you don't want to come on, feel free to ask the question. There's a lot of questions in here, so I'm just kind of taking them as I see them. Scroll up. Oh, this is interesting. Shannon, you may not be here still, because you asked this 6:35. About a Canadian vehicle and a U.S. vehicle, which one should I ship to my mom's home in Florida? They're showing me like flip-flop. So this would show me, this would say like you would think the U.S. vehicle goes to Florida because it's in the U.S., but I'm showing flip-flop. So the energy, there's something about the Canadian vehicle that works better for the shipping process, and also for what your mom needs. So do which one feels right to you, but if that makes sense, then it might be your answer. So I'm getting the Canadian vehicle. All right. Thank you for the question. What's up? Oh, I can't see you either.
Oh, you're not going to see me today. I'm sorry. I'm a hot mess.
I doubt it. I'm sure you're lovely. How are you, Doris?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm on the mend. I'm feeling good. I got my little herbal tea concoction. I'm good.
There's a lot of okay, so my question's out there and I'm trying to hit this mute.
Oh, did we lose you? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. So my question is actually in the chat. Really? Okay, hold on.
¿Qué pasó, mamá?
Okay, there's something wrong with it because there's something wrong with the setting. I'm not for sure what it is. but I have it on.
I can hear you now. So if you want to shoot the question out real quick, and I can feel into it.
Okay, hold on one minute. I gotta. Okay, it's regarding. Okay, real quick. It's regarding my son. His store got robbed twice. The first time it was like a month, that 8, 9 months ago, and it was closed. And so now it reopened about a month and a half, and it got robbed again. And my question is he going to go back to that same job, or is he going to be able to find something else?
Here's what I'm getting, a very strong vibe that this could happen again. And I almost feel like, do you know if anybody was injured in the previous 2 times? And if it's no, that's fine. Can you hear me?
No, nobody was injured. Nobody
Okay.
was injured in the first 2 times, but if it's gonna be a 3rd time, there could be a
I
possibility.
feel I don't get great vibes from this particular shop. And I'm not sure. I don't know where it's at, or if it's in a bad area, or if there's just bad energy attached to it, or if there's a person that's kind of involved in this. But I almost get like there's a potential for this to happen a 3rd time, and I almost feel like it could lead to somebody getting hurt, or there being some trauma or something like that. So if he's able to stay away from there, I would
Oh,
have
okay.
a conversation. I don't get great vibes from it. There's still some tough energy connected to this shop.
I don't either, and it's in a really nice area, basically.
Why is he not okay? So here's what they're showing me. Does he work with his hands?
Yeah, he has a side business.
Yeah. Why is he not doing that full time? Because they're showing me like him having his own thing.
Yes, he does.
And it involves something working with his hands. I'm not sure if he's like putting things together or what the case is, but there's something with
Because he's going to school full-time for his master's.
Okay. I feel like there's either like him doing that more on the side.
And also, he has a side gig, which he has to put money into.
Got it.
Okay.
Here's what I'm getting. I feel like the side gig or whatever he's doing on his own is going to pick up, or there's going to be in the fairly near future. I don't have like a timeline for this. When I say it's probably within a year, where he can kind of pay a few more bills by doing his own thing. And I think eventually the universe is kind of pushing him to do that.
Okay.
So he'll be fine. I'm not sure if he's going to get a temporary job in the meantime. I don't have that information right now. But they're really showing me like him.
Okay, so it's going to be his own site
His
gig.
own
Perfect. Because he
thing.
has a website and everything that he's developed.
Yeah. So this might be a push. This might be a push for him where he might go back to that store and then just not feel it or kind of get, because this energy feels pretty strong. So I think if he's not already feeling it, he's going to. And it sounds to me like you already feel it a little bit. So he's going to be pushed. Makes sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I do. Okay, okay. Because I figured twice. It's like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's something attached. They're like showing me something attached to it, an energy that doesn't, and it's still there. So I don't know if this is a person that's maybe like on the inside that's causing this, I don't know, but it's attached. So that means there's a potential, there's a pretty large potential for there to be another situation.
Okay.
So if he's away from there, that's good. But he's gonna do what he's gonna do, right?
That is true. He's a grown man, but I hope he leaves it. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
Yeah.
I hope he gets away from this.
Yeah. So if you're feeling that as well, it's just confirmation, and just maybe communicate that if you feel called.
Okay. All righty. Thank you so much.
All right. I hope everything else is going okay for you. Things looking up.
Well, I have one other question. If you have
do it quickly.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, very quickly. Myself, my job. If you can look into that.
Mm-hmm. There's somebody starting something. Did you start one?
No, not yet. I actually went to a school district, put it that way, but the income is not a lot.
Oh, how interesting. They were showing, you know
Mm.
what they were showing me? The reason I thought you had already started it is because they were showing me you with a school like a lunch, like taking your lunch. So this to me feels to me connected to this. When you said the school, it feels like it's connected. So there might be something there, but it also feels temporary.
Mm.
Do you understand that? Would that be a temporary
Yeah,
position?
yeah. See, and it's not a full-time
Okay, makes sense.
position, actually. It's a temporary position because they have temp positions there to get your foot in the door.
Yeah, this feels like it's going to kind of float you a little bit. I do think
Okay.
there's a potential for you to get in here and do your thing, but it's going to float you. Is of course not going to do what you needed to do. And then also the word I'm hearing is advocacy. So if there's opportunity for you to get into any kind of position or group that does something like advocacy,
Mhm.
you were doing something like that before, weren't you?
HR, human resources.
Okay, but there's and you can still do HR for a company that has some
Right.
kind of ancillary or adjacent thing with some sort of advocacy for people that either have problems or need help or underserved, whatever the case is. So if you
Okay.
see potential possibilities like that, check them out because I feel like you're being drawn to it or it's pulling.
Do you see anything promising for November, though?
No, it's a little bit down the road. I feel like you're going to be in
Or just
if
do a lot
you're
of temporary work?
I think you're going to be doing some temporary things that are going
Uh-huh.
to kind of take you through probably till the end of the year. I don't feel anything solid. Of course, you can change that energy, but
Mhm.
I feel like just the way things are going with you and personal life and all that,
Right,
the
right.
temporary thing is going to float you,
Okay.
and then you'll
Oh,
get into something and also things are going to settle down. I think a little bit with just your energies around you.
okay. Alright.
You'll be fine. I know it.
Hmm.
You're like, I
Alrighty
don't
now.
know. Keep going, girl.
Okay, thank you so much.
All
Take
right.
care.
Much love. Bye, Doris.
Okay, bye.
All right. Jet, if you want to come on, feel free to pop on and we'll see what we can do. We'll do a few more questions and then I'm going to go eat. Let's see, non-mediumship. Let's see. It's funny because I don't read the whole thing before I put it on here. So okay. Is my supervisor about to quit her job? I'm getting a no. Excuse me. And if so, will I be offered her position? Any idea on timing and salary? Okay, so it's interesting because I don't get that she's quitting anytime soon. We're probably going to get a good 8 to 12 months before that's even talked about. So I do get they're bringing you guys closer together though. So don't be surprised if there is something offered you that it feels to me like it's either here's what they're showing me. They're showing me putting you in her office. So whatever that means to you, I do feel like there's going to be something offered to you where you're either working alongside her or you're kind of side to side with her, an assistant. I'm not sure how that works for you, but they're bringing you guys much closer together. So there is going to be an opportunity, and I feel like it does lead to whenever she is ready to move out of that position or change, you will be kind of primed and ready for her position. And then with the salary thing, I'm getting fight, fight, fight. So I feel like this company just automatically lowballs people. So fight for what you're worth. You might have to negotiate a little bit and know your worth. So I hope that makes sense to you. And if you're still here, let me know. Thank you. All right. Let's bring on Tiffany.
Hi. Yes.
Tiffany, hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. Um, just thought I'd pop on. I don't know
Yeah.
what to ask though.
Uh-oh.
Like who's around me or what's going on with spiritual level.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, those are great questions. So let's see. Let me just kind of feel into your spiritual energy. Do I have permission to connect with you and all that?
Yes.
Cool. Let me see what we got here. They're playing a lot of music around you. Do you have a lot of music around you, or is your family quite musical? I feel like I'm hearing horns.
I always hear that in my head, really. I don't listen to music that much, but I always hear music around me all the time.
I feel like you've got someone in spirit that would have, when they were here in the physical, would have been somehow connected to music or would have actually played music. And specifically what I'm getting is like brass, like saxophone,
Yes.
trumpet. Do you know anyone in your history, in your family that's now in spirit that would have been known for music? I feel like it's jazz or something.
A friend of mine, I think. I get him coming up a lot in readings, and he passed away 3 years ago. So I think of him all the time. I don't know.
Would you have understood him to be like a big brother kind of feeling?
Yes.
Because what I'm hearing is big brother or big. What I was hearing is like big. So I was like, is this big mama? Is this big brother? And I was kind of leaning towards big brother. So if that's, I feel like this is who's with you. So
Interesting.
you understand the J name with them? They're showing me a J.
J. I know someone that's alive with a J name.
No,
John.
this is going to be connected to this big brother character. But I feel like they're showing it in the middle. Do you know a middle name for them or somebody? Why are they showing me the middle?
Maybe because I didn't know it. I'm not sure.
Okay. Look into that. They're showing me the J, but they're like putting it in the middle. So this would either be a middle child or a middle name.
Okay.
Okay. So they're just acknowledging this. I feel like you're going to find out that their middle name was with a J. Were they quite mischievous, like kind of funny, like Joker kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah.
You got this energy around. I just want you to know, and I'll leave it there with you. Is this big brother figure is still around you a lot, and I feel like when you kind of get that feeling, I feel like they're very much working through you. So their energy is very much alive in your own spirit. Okay, so that's how it's connecting for you. And if you ever want to have anything you want to say to them, you can just think it in your mind or say it out loud, and they hear you. And I feel like they're really working with you energetically. So he's still around. And if you hear you said you hear like horns and music in your mind.
Yes.
Okay, very much him. I feel like that. Yeah, because I was also hearing it like in my mind, in my mind's eye, or mind's ear, whatever you call it.
I can basically hear it now. Like trumpet horns, loud.
Yeah. How interesting. Just in general, your team is telling me just for you to like. I don't want to like. I'm not trying to like be alarmist here, but it's like there's something here about like security and being careful and making good decisions. So I feel like what they're showing me is you're kind of in this perhaps a transition or a period where you're kind of being forced or you're putting in situations where you have some big decisions to make. This could be about relationships with people. This could be about, your home. But really just to kind of put a premium on security and feeling good about the situation you're putting yourself in. Because it's almost like if you're not, you could there's some paths that aren't going to serve you well, and they could really make you uncomfortable, put you in uncomfortable positions. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes. The dogs want to talk tonight. Let them talk. You're kind of in the cycle of where security, just your own personal kind of feeling good about things. So make sure you really kind of think about these paths you're going down.
Okay.
They
Thank
call
you.
spirit. When my dog does that, like he'll run down the stairs and his eyes will be like wide, and I'm like, who pinched you? Did Auntie Deb and Spirit pinch you?
Right. I gotta go. Thank you.
Bye, Tiffany. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. All right. I don't want her to leave, but I'm concerned she might. Got it. Wow. Interesting. All right. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Aaron. Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Hello. Mary Hernandez Walker. Thank you for saying that. All right, kids. I think I'm going to go. Hi, Jessica Martinez. How are you doing? All right. So just a few things. I didn't see any stickers come through tonight, but the stickers and I don't know what are the kids calling them these days, the super chats and whatnot. If anybody does those, it's totally up to you. I come on here every week doing this for free. It's what I've been called to do. It's how I kind of give back. If you do that, all the money is just it stays on YouTube until I'm ready to put it like towards a charity or something. If you send anything to PayPal or anything like that, same thing. I will be donating it, and when I do, I will show the receipt. So, because if I took that money and put it in my own account, it wouldn't be free, right? I wouldn't be doing this for free. So, this is Hi Tarot. Ask backwards. Christian Delgado. Hey, hubby. My husband's here. Say hi to my husband. He's so cute. Anyway, and then if you do want a private reading, I do have availability this weekend into next week. What was I going to say? I can't think of my words. Yeah, so you can go to stophercavins.com and set up a private reading. I also have the e-readings, which is you ask 4 questions, and then I will, within 72 hours, record the reading just as if you were here in front of me, and then send you the link to the video. People seem to like those. I got really good feedback on those. And they're usually like 10 to 15 minutes long, some longer, depending on the questions. But it really gives me, because I'm not getting any feedback in the time, so I'm really just giving everything that comes through. So it's a pretty cheap way to get a lot of information. I flustered you. Lies. Thank you, Doris. All right, I'm going to go. I got to get some food. Let's see. Jessica needs help interpreting dreams. I don't really interpret dreams. It's not what I do. I mean, if you want to email me, feel free. I'll if I've got time, I'll see what I can, if it makes sense to me. But it's not really what I do. I can't even interpret my own dreams when I do have them. So, all right, everyone. Good night. Thank you for being here. If you could hit the like button on the way out, subscribe, please. If you have the TikTok, at Psychic Stopher on TikTok, I'm trying to build it up to 1,000 subscribers so that I can go live and do live readings over there. Good night, everyone. Much love. Mwah.